So this video is about how a local tire world almost killed part of my family. I'm not trying to be over dramatic. I'm not trying to overstate things. Maybe I'm a little bit there. They didn't deliberately, as far as I can tell, try to kill anybody. What they did do, however, was completely miss a big red flag that was under my car while they were working on it. We bought the car back in April from a third party, just a dude we met on Facebook. Bought the car, it's been great, little maintenance here and there, whatever. Great car. A couple of weeks ago, we took the car in to get new tires. We called around a little bit. Tire World had the best deal, so we went there. We also got an alignment while we were there. Figure may as well, get all this done all at once, save the tires a little bit. We should be good to go. And that was on August 15th. So and everything was fine until the 26th when Rachel went to pick up Kashmir from work. They were cruising down I-25. They got off to go get coffee and noticed they didn't have brakes. So Rachel messaged me and said that she could get it home, using the e-brake or whatever it took to get the car home. So she got it here. I went out as soon as they got here, looked at the tire. It was just soaked in fluid, which tells me that the brake line probably broke, ruptured, cut, something wrong with the brake line. So I loosened the 3 of the 5 lug nuts that were supposed to be there, which they didn't bother to tell us either, or bring up, or mention, or make a recommendation to get more. They just completely omitted that as well on both of my front tires. So I get the tire off, get it up on jack, get the lug nuts off, get the tire off, and find that the rubber tube that goes to the caliper was routed the wrong way around the strut. Now look, that part wasn't on Tire World. The person I bought the car from most likely did that in a hurry and forgot to fix it. And that sucks. But Vince, the manager of the Tire World I went to, in addition to at least 1, possibly 2 or more of his techs, were under my car replacing the tires and doing the alignment. And they missed it. They were in that corner of my car for several minutes, working directly on that whole assembly to replace the tire. And they missed it. But when I saw what happened, I went over, I grabbed my phone, I recorded a 38-second video, which I'll go ahead and play now. So Tire World just put new front tires on our car, and in the process of doing that, they, let's see if that'll focus. There you go. This is our brake line right here on the driver's side front end. That it apparently has just been rubbing on the tire there and blew a hole in it. So now our tire is covered in brake fluid. Our brakes don't work. And I'm hoping that I can find a part here in town today. So this is my Sunday. So I posted the video on Twitter and I called him out and I was like, hey, what happened here? Like, this is dangerous. How did you miss this? So they tweeted back at me like the next day or whatever, and they're like, hey, we'll get in touch with you real soon. Or directly, where was the exact word they used. In the meantime, 2 of my mechanic friends on Facebook saw my video. It wasn't a great video. It wasn't super in-depth. It wasn't ultra high resolution. It was like watching a video on Facebook. And 2 people who watched my 38-second video noticed that the hose was routed the wrong way, that it wasn't hooked up the right way or wasn't routed around to the strut the right way, and that's what caused it to rub on the tire. What blows my mind is that these technicians, these people who do this for a living every day under cars, taking tires off, examining brakes, doing all this stuff that they do every day, that they missed this huge red flag of, hey, this brake line isn't run the right way. Maybe we should tell the owner. Maybe we should just fix it. Maybe we should let the owner know that we fixed it. Or maybe we should let the owner know that it needs to be fixed or something bad will happen. The problem is they didn't do any of that. It was never brought up. It was never mentioned. When I talked to Vince this morning on the phone, and Rachel talked to him as well, he told us that, oh, well, my tech must have just missed it. It's not our fault that this happened. It's not our fault that the cable or the hose was run wrong. And they're right. It's not their fault that the hose was run incorrectly, but it is their fault for not catching it when it's their job to be under these cars looking for these things. But then I found out that apparently the techs who do most of the work are just dudes off the street. Like no certifications, no qualifications, other than following somebody around like a puppy dog to learn how to do part of their job. They're taught to look for certain things, and then, only then, if they see one of those specific things, will they go find a tech. And that's all Vince had to say. Sorry, our bad. Our tech missed it. You're lying about us on the social media, and you're giving us bad publicity, saying that we did this deliberately. Those were the words he told me over the phone, saying that I was giving him bad publicity by saying that I tried to kill, or that they tried to kill my family. Maybe I overspoke a little bit, but the fact remains, they missed a huge red flag that anybody with any common sense would have seen. I've never had the tires off until 3 days ago, when I had to take it off to fix the problem. Again, multiple people saw my video. The video, they weren't there, they didn't touch the car, but they noticed what was wrong and why it happened. But these people who do this for a living nearly cost part of my family their lives due to just sheer negligence. I will go and spend as much time as I possibly can, for as long as I need to tell people what happened to me and my family because of Tire World's negligence and their inability to do their job effectively. I will not stop until this is made right. I will go to any length I can, and I've already reached out to multiple lawyers to find out what I can do. And I will continue to do this until Tire World decides to make it right. They're taking advantage of their customers, they're not doing their job adequately, and they're putting people's lives in danger by not reporting the big red flags that they see. So, there's what happened. I'm mad. I'm frustrated. I'm outraged that these people who do this for a living were just so blasé about just being like, oh yeah, sorry, or bad. But they nearly killed people. Luckily, Rachel is an experienced driver and knew how to handle the situation. But if Kashmir had been driving, who just now has her learner's permit, if she had been driving, it may have been an entirely different situation, and they may have lost their lives as a direct result of the negligence of Tire World. So if I can say anything further, know that their techs aren't certified, or their base level techs aren't certified in any way, and they don't go at all above and beyond. They only look at this screw or this bolt or this nut. And if nothing falls in those parameters, you're on your own. They refuse to do the simplest thing, like report things that they have seen, or even to try to see things that are right in front of them. So I beg you, do not go to Tire World. If you go there, their techs will not do the job they say they're going to do, and that's put you back on the road safely.